I know, some guy in a crisp button-up shirt with a ring light already told you to cancel your Netflix, stop eating avocado toast, and pack your lunch every single day. And if you just do that, you'll be financially free in no time. And here you are, still broke, still watching videos like this one, wondering what you're missing. Here's what nobody's telling you. The reason most people never save their first $1,000 is not because they don't know what a budget is. It's because they've been handed a strategy designed for people who already have money, dressed up as advice for people who don't. So in this video, we're not doing the fluffy stuff. We're going to talk about what the $1,000 goal actually looks like for a real person, the traps that keep people starting over, and the uncomfortable truth about why most savings advice sounds good but does absolutely nothing for your bank account. Stay with me, because what I'm about to say in the next section might actually be the first honest thing you've heard about money in a long time. In this video, we're going to cover the biggest lie the internet sold you about saving money, why your budget is probably not the problem, the $1,000 trap that keeps people stuck at zero, what actually works, and what's just financial content fluff, and lastly, the one habit that determines whether you keep that $1,000 or blow it in a week. Let's start with the biggest lie. Yes, the internet lied to you about what saving actually is. And let's be real about it. The internet has convinced an entire generation that saving money is a discipline problem. That if you're broke, it's because you lack self-control. You bought too much. You spent too freely. You're irresponsible. That is a lie. And it's a comfortable lie for the people selling the solution. Here is the truth. Saving is a math problem before it is a mindset problem. If your income is $1,200 a month, and your fixed expenses such as rent, transportation, food, utilities eat up $1,100 of that, no amount of journaling, vision boarding, or motivational budgeting apps is going to magically produce $1,000 in savings. The advice, just spend less, only works when there is actually something left to spend less of. A lot of people aren't bad at saving. They're just genuinely stretched too thin for the standard advice to apply to them. So before we talk tactics, and of course we will talk tactics, I need you to honestly sit with this question. Is my savings problem a behavior problem or an income problem? Because the answer to that question changes everything about what your next step should be. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because whether it's behavior or income, there's a trap waiting for you on the other side. And that's exactly what we're getting into next. If you're already feeling this, kindly smash the like button and let's proceed. Now let's talk about the $1,000 trap. I mean the same trap that keeps most people starting over at 0-inch. Here's a pattern I see constantly, and I want you to tell me if this sounds familiar. You get serious about saving. You cut a few things. You grind a little harder. You get to $300, maybe $500. You feel good. You're doing it. Then something happens. Your tire blows. Your phone screen cracks. You get sick and miss a week of work. Your landlord raises your rent. Somebody in your family needs help. And just like that, you're back at zero again. This is what I call the $1,000 trap. And it's not a savings failure. It's a design failure. The advice told you to save, but it didn't tell you to build a buffer. See, here's what the personal finance content machine doesn't want to admit. Your first $1,000 is not an investment. It is not wealth. It is not freedom. It is just barely enough to stop an emergency from completely derailing your life. And if you treat that $1,000 like it's a prize, something you reward yourself for reaching, you will spend it, and you'll be starting over again in 3 months. The $1,000 goal is a floor, not a trophy. And the moment you start treating it like one, you stop falling back to zero. Here's what this means practically, and we're about to get into the actual mechanics. How do you save when the saving keeps getting undone? Stick around, because the next section is where the real stuff is. All right, let's talk about what actually moves the needle. And kindly note, none of this is going to make a great motivational reel on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. But it works. Step 1. Name the money before it touches your hands. This is the single most effective savings behavior backed by behavioral economics, and most content waters it down until it's useless. The concept is called pre-commitment. You decide in advance what a specific dollar amount is for, before your brain gets involved in negotiating. Don't wait until payday to see what's left. There will be nothing left. There is never anything left when you wait. When your income comes in, even if it's small, even if it's irregular, the first thing you move, before you pay anything else, is your savings. Even if it's just $20. Even if it's $50. Small and consistent beats large and inconsistent every single time. Step 2. Make it invisible. The money you can see, you will spend. That's not a character flaw. That is basic human psychology. Open a second account, preferably at a completely different bank, with no debit card attached, no easy transfer option, nothing convenient about accessing it. Then set up an automatic transfer for whatever amount you can commit to, scheduled for the same day your income arrives. You don't make a decision every week about whether to save. The decision is already made. You just live on what remains. Step 3. Stop optimizing and start executing. This one might sting a little. Most people who struggle to save their first $1,000 are not short on information. They know about budgeting apps. They've watched the videos. They've downloaded the templates. What they're actually stuck in is preparation mode, researching the perfect savings plan instead of running an imperfect one. An okay plan that you actually follow will beat a perfect plan that lives in a YouTube watch history every single time. Pick a number. Automate it. Leave it alone. Now, this brings me to the part of this video I really want you to pay attention to, because building the $1,000 is only half the battle. What you do after is where most people fall apart. Please don't forget to subscribe or drop a comment on what you've learned so far. Now let's proceed. Let's talk about something very important. The habit that decides everything. The question is, why do people who save $1,000 often lose it? And how to not be that person. So let's say you do it. You hit $1,000 in savings. Congratulations. Genuinely. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. That money is about to be tested almost immediately. Life will show up. An opportunity will appear. A one-time expense will present itself. Someone will have a great reason for you to dip into it. And if you don't have a rule, a firm, pre-decided rule about what that money is for, you will spend it. And you will feel justified doing it. So here's the habit that separates people who build on that $1,000 from people who watch it disappear. You define what an emergency is in writing. Before you need to make the decision, write it down somewhere you'll actually see it. Something like, this account is only touched for unexpected medical expenses, critical equipment failure, sudden job loss, or emergency travel. Notice what's not on that list. A sale, a great deal, a celebration, something you want. Your future self will try to argue with this list. Your present self needs to win that argument in advance. This one habit, defining the rules before you need them, is the difference between a savings account and a slow spending account with extra steps. And there's one more thing I want to cover before we close, and that's because we've talked about what doesn't work and what does. But there's a bigger picture here that most personal finance channels won't touch. Before we proceed, kindly smash the like button or drop a comment. It helps trigger the YouTube algorithm to push this video to more people struggling with saving money currently. Now, the bigger truth. I want to be direct with you about something. $1,000 will not change your life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that once you save that first $1,000, your financial future is secured. It isn't. Not even close. What $1,000 does is buys you a tiny bit of breathing room. It means a flat tire doesn't become a missed rent payment. It means an unexpected bill doesn't become a high-interest loan. It means you have slightly more control over your own decisions than you did before. That is not glamorous. That is not content. But that is real. The personal finance industry loves to pitch savings as the gateway to wealth, investing, passive income, and early retirement. And look, those things are real possibilities for some people. But they are built on a foundation that starts exactly where you are right now, with $1,000 you refuse to touch. That's it. That's the whole strategy at this stage. No side hustle required. No investment portfolio. No life hack. Just money in. Don't spend it. Repeat. The hustle content will come for you. The 10 income streams by 30 videos will be in your recommended feed before this video is even over. And maybe someday that content will be relevant to you. But right now your job is simple. Save $1,000. Protect it like it owes you something. And then save the next one. If this video said something that other money videos haven't said to you before, or if it gave you even one thing you're going to actually do differently, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm this kind of honest content is worth pushing, and it helps me make more of it. If you're new here, I make videos for people who are tired of advice that sounds good but doesn't actually work. No fluff. No get-rich hype. Just real talk about real money situations. Subscribe if that's the kind of content you want more of. And drop a comment below. I want to know, where are you right now in your savings journey? Starting from zero. Halfway there. Already past $1,000 and working on the next step? Tell me. I read every single one. There's a video right up here that goes deeper into what comes after the $1,000. How to decide whether to keep saving, pay down debt, or start investing. Watch that next. It's the conversation nobody has after they tell you to just save. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next one.